राइट।
तो ऐसे ही कोई भी चीज जो अभी हमको इमिडिएटली नहीं मिल रही या हमारे कंट्रोल में नहीं, अगर हम बहुत ओवर इंडल्ज उसमें होते हैं तो प्रॉब्लम होता है। तो तभी का तभी आप डिस्ट्रैक्शन क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, कोई पॉजिटिव डिस्ट्रैक्शन, कोई न्यू एक्टिविटी ले लीजिए। खुद के साथ उस थॉट को एक बार हमको ये भी करना बहुत जरूरी है, व्हाट डू वी कॉल इट, खुद को पहले वो थॉट को लेकर प्रूव करना जरूरी है कि ये थॉट जो मैं सोच रहा हूँ क्या इसमें 100% ट्रूथ है। सो बहुत बार होता है कि वो थॉट हम लोग बायस हमारे दिमाग में होता है, क्योंकि हमारा खुद का एक डर होता है ना कि कोई मुझसे प्यार नहीं करता। तो वो डर हम साबित करने के लिए वही चीज बार बार रिप्ले करते हैं, वो कैसेट। तो हो सकता है कि वो डर को हम साबित कर रहे हैं और उसके सामने कुछ चीजें होंगी, कुछ एविडेंस होगा जो हमारे थॉट के ऑपोजिट है कि नहीं, यू आर वैल्यूड, यू आर वंडरफुल। आपकी लाइफ में ऐसे दोस्त होंगे, आपकी लाइफ में ऐसे सिचुएशंस होंगी जहाँ पे आपको हेल्प मिली होगी बिना आपके पूछे हुए भी। तो वो टाइम हमको ये देखना है कि हम बहुत ही ओवरली हमारे बायस पे ध्यान दे रहे हैं या फिर हम लोग एक्चुअली एविडेंस बेस्ड थिंकिंग कर रहे हैं। और अगर बहुत थिंकिंग है इज़हार, तो वो टाइम पे थिंक करो ही मत वो चीज के लिए, उसमें एक पॉजिटिव डिस्ट्रैक्शन लेकर आओ। फिर थोड़े टाइम के बाद आप उसमें एविडेंस बेस्ड डाल सकते हो, जब आपका नर्वस सिस्टम थोड़ा काम है। नहीं तो नर्वस सिस्टम एकदम ही हाइपर एक्टिव क्यों हो रहा है, क्योंकि आपको पहले ही लग रहा था कि मैं तो कोई वैल्यू का नहीं हूँ, कोई मुझसे प्यार नहीं करता है, और जैसे ही ऐसा कुछ छोटा ट्रिगर होता है वो एकदम फुल ब्लोन एक्टिव हो जाता
या
है।
हाँ, मतलब ज्यादा ये हो जाता है।
करेक्ट। तो उसको पहले आप बैलेंस में लेकर आओ, फिर आपकी थिंकिंग भी बैलेंस, फिर उसके बारे में आप सोचोगे तो आप प्रॉपर सोचोगे, वरना आप वो स्टेट में तो और एंजाइटी पे एंजाइटी क्रिएट करोगे। तो गुड आइडिया इज टू ब्रिंग डिस्ट्रैक्शन, पॉजिटिव डिस्ट्रैक्शन। आप कोई नई चीज में लग जाओ, कोई हंस हंस लो, थोड़ा कॉमेडी देख लो, इस तरीके से कर लो। और अगर कुछ बहुत ऐसे पर्सनल स्पेसिफिक है तो फिर वो मैं आपसे अलग से बात कर सकती हूँ।
ओके, थैंक यू मैम।
थैंक यू।
Thank you, thank you. I would like to take this opportunity के इज़हार, आपकी थेरेपिस्ट नताशा हुई है, तो आप कुछ बताने चाहेंगे इसके बारे में?
एक्चुअली मैं तो मैं क्या बोलूं कि नताशा मैम, और आपको ही पता है कि मैं उस सिचुएशन में था कि जब मैं अपने मेडिकल स्टेटस को या मेरे रिपोर्ट को लेके मैं रो रहा था, डर रहा था, मैं रिपोर्ट देखने नहीं हो रहा था। बट नताशा मैम कॉल पे रहते, नहीं इज़हार तुम देखो, एक बार देख के मुझे बताओ एक बार। तो वो सिचुएशन से मैं ऐसे मुझे बाहर निकाला, हर हर 10 मिनट में, हर 2 घंटे में, हर 3 घंटे में, मतलब कॉल पे बात की, मुझे ऐसा हो रहा है, मुझे ऐसा फील हो रहा है। सो उस सिचुएशन से मैं बाहर निकल गया। तो थैंक्स अ लॉट मैम, और थैंक्स उमंग कि मतलब मुझे
Welcome.
बहुत हेल्प मिली।
Thank you,
थैंक यू।
Natasha. Thanks for being so generous, to handhold someone in the moment of crisis and in your busy schedule, responding, replying. Thank you, Natasha. You are a gem. Thank you.
That's sweet, Umang. Thank you. And I want to appreciate his हार also. उसने पूरा अपने सेहत का ध्यान दिया है। तो ऐसे नहीं है that he is not done the work that was required and he left, he was totally dependent on me or anybody. ऐसा नहीं है, उसने भी पूरी मेहनत ली है। So I think a lot of credit goes to Izhar also and Umang, of course.
Thank you. Thank you for that,
थैंक यू।
Natasha. Yes, Kalindi, go ahead with your question.
Am I audible firstly?
Yeah,
I'm
you're
little bit
audible,
out.
Kalindi. Go
Okay,
ahead.
thank you. I don't have a
love
question,
the
but
trees behind you.
actually I've come to a temple for seva, but
Wow.
for meeting I've come outside. So isliye I was asking, looking for the network. Thank you. I got the chance to share a little bit I would share, because when I heard to your side, mine was little bit, my husband, my married life was physical abuse from my husband, alcoholic husband, for 32 plus years. And I have two adult children, 30 and 26-year-old. And what happened is I had done this no, NLP course, for coaching. So I got a certificate and I did that because it will help me to help my these three. And even my children are social drinkers. So, I thought that I'll like घर से ही it will be charity begins at home, so it will start from me. But I couldn't take care of myself only, so it took me one long year to come out of that 32 years ka depression, and my HCI helped me, Umang ji and this family helped me to come out of it. So I just relate when I say listen to this inspiring experiences of even the psychiatrists and the people when they share. So I relate, and then because I was feeling that now I won't be able to do anything, but now this is keeping me going on, that I'll do some crash course and I can start over again. So thank you for your experience, and lovely. I mean, I didn't want to miss this, so I just came out and I took a chance to speak. Thank you. I got to share with you. Thank you, Umangji. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you,
And
Kalindi.
I said, yeah, and Umangji is my Santa Claus for the. I mean, he's brought me, and he's. I mean, always he would give me this. I would cry that physical abuse ho raha hai and all. So Umangji would always say, Kalindi, wo if आपको खिला लगा है पैर में, तो खिला लगा है तो why are you आप ऐसे ही बोलते रहोगे, वो खिला खिला निकाल दो ना वो नेल और वो फेंक दो. तो that was my mind was not open earlier. वो समझने में भी बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो रही थी, बट मैं I was not taking that also positively कि open नहीं था. तो I'm sharing my thing, and why is Umang ji making me, ऐसा कुछ भी आता था, but now how that is a stepping stone. So all these things, so we get to understand when the mind is open and when we get to settle down. So I took my medicines, therapy sessions, and I'm out of it and helping others also. Slip does happen, but again I get back to the present again from the past. Thank you so much for allowing me.
Thank you, Kalindi. I think I am so inspired listening to your story. And of course, Umang is a Santa Claus for many of us.
Natasha, I'm not that bad. You've seen me, huh?
No, but it's true. And
Healthy Santa Claus.
Healthy Santa Claus. So Indian type. So the thing is, Kalindi, what you said was like, I mean, I can only imagine that what all you must have gone through, and for so many years. It's not like a small, it's more like a chronic trauma that you've been through. So brain has gone through so many structural changes, and now you are healing it and coming back to bringing it to its basic so that's a big message for everybody here, rather, that it's possible for your hippocampus, your amygdala, to again restore to its natural states, given you do the right kind of therapy, give it the safe space, give it the relaxed environment where it can regrow, the neurons can start regenerating themselves, so you'll come back to your healthy. Take her example. My God, I mean, this is so many years and I can't even imagine, and now you're smiling and here you are. So God bless you, and I'm just so happy that you're safe now.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
Natasha.
And yeah, and
see,
it's a detox going on. Like
Yes.
now I'm going to spiritualism, my online yoga. So my detox is going on, like mind, soul, body, and active alcoholism is still there at home. But how to cope up with that? And this
That's
all I have
still a
learned from
trigger. I
HCI.
mean, still you're living with that. I mean, I can just imagine, but she's not giving up. And again, this is another testimony that yoga absolutely helps. And if you ask me later, Umang, about mental hygiene, I do want to bring out one point from our Upanishads. So we'll come back to that, Kalindi.
Sure. And having said that, you've told so much. I want you to do a yoga session for Hugging Club, at that Ville Palace studio one time, Definitely. So one of the reasons, like Kalindi, what I liked about, which generally people don't, you bring the intelligence in between. Kalindi blindly followed what her psychiatrist said and a therapist religiously to the T. We sometimes become ke nahi karna hai, wo kya hoga for, but did it, and look at in 1 year she has recovered so much. 32 years of trauma, and she's recovered now. She's running, she's taking part in marathon, and so why is it that
clap for Kalindi also?
Absolutely. Please unmute and give her, and she's an inspiration to so many people, because we have seen that the year
Hats
back
off
when
to you,
she
ma'am.
came,
Hats off to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
1 year she was there, and look what she's. So I want to tell you, since you see a lot of patience and some frustrating also, Natasha, कि उनको जो बोलते हैं ना, वो कभी 5% या 50% ही नहीं करते, पूरा नहीं करता, and you are You want to help them, but they don't listen to you. They bring their intelligence in between. They will stop medicine or stop doing this. How do you handle this, you know?
See, Umang, I don't believe in forcing people, but I believe in having faith in people and their intelligence. And I know that somewhere their inner intelligence will kick in and it will guide them. And when something is going wrong, you have to do something about it. You cannot just keep sitting there and complain. Either you keep sitting there and complain, okay, then the suffering is yours, it's your choice. You know, that's what you're making. But if you want to do something about it, then you have to bring in a change and do something about it. But there are times when people have not completely, it's like, you know, it's not this, it's not peaked. It's not come to, it's not ripened enough. So you have to give them that space. You have to hold space. You can't be impatient with such individuals because everybody has their own journey and that has to be respected. And for me, especially as a therapist, yes, I hold space. I am very firm when they are on the table. I don't shy away from saying that, boss, you're screwing your life. And, you know, if you need any help, I'm here. But the day you choose to help yourself, that's when I can help you. So it's not about a client. I tell them just walk out. You know, if you can't follow certain things, I'm very firm because it is for their goodness. And I give them facts that really helps. You give them facts. You show them where this is going to go if they continue like this. And if they want to continue like this, that is also a free will. That is what therapy teaches us, that this is a voluntary business. We don't have to, you know, make people guilty and, you know, make them, etc. So it's not frustrating to me because I think I have a lot of level of patience. But at the same time, yeah, it saddens me that, okay, this person is going to suffer for some more time till the time they come to their point of realization, and they will come. Because especially in client-centered therapy, they teach us to, you know that everybody has a positive center within them. So today or tomorrow, everybody is evolutionary based. So their DNA will kick in and they will want to grow out of it. So whether they do it today or they do it 10 years later. तो वो है, बट फैक्ट्स प्रेजेंट करना बहुत जरूरी है. सिर्फ गोल गोल बातें नहीं करना है कि फैक्ट्स है, बॉस ये हुआ है, ये होगा. Through analogies you can make them understand very well. Analogies, and like, you know, the nail analogy that you gave Kalindi, I think somewhere that clicked for her. So certain analogies really work well for people. So yeah, that's our job, right? Also to prepare them, to kind of make them see what they're not able to see.
And thank you, Natasha, for sharing that you need to give them space, you know. They may not take from 1 month, maybe the 11th one they will pick up, but we need to have that patience, you know.
Absolutely.
They're not ready for it, kind of a thing, you know.
Yeah, sometimes they are.
And that could be social conditioning, you know, whatever it could be.
Whatever journey that they've.
Okay. And next question, then I'll take from the chat box. Does anybody have a live question? Please go ahead. Please raise your hand. Hindi, Marathi chalnar, Natasha?
चालेल.
चालेल. मराठी चालणार. रेखा, कोई प्रश्न आहे मराठी मध्ये विचारा.
तुम्ही मराठी मध्ये विचारा, मी फक्त हिंदी मध्ये सांगणार, ते चालेल.
अच्छा. Anybody has a question, please unmute and go ahead.
I'll just add one. I also have done animal rescue mission. Where we help animals, baseless species. So if accident happens, so we help them out to rescue and again cure them and send back to that same place. So it's very blessed. बहुत अच्छा लगता है that to work species also go through, and animal haters are there so much. So much I see. I've also cry sometimes seeing the videos, you know. So I just forgot.
Okay, so I have a question for you, and I want to pour my heart out, you know. I had been a regular family, as I spoke about my background, you know. So my father is in a caregiving home, you know. He's in a place where he's got Alzheimer's, and I have kind of cut off, you know. I am not in communication with him. And I told my brother that I want to retire as a son, you know, because I don't want that chapter, because I've gone through so much about his bipolar and his illness and all. And I've closed this chapter, and he's not well right now. He's in a hospital, and, you know, I'm talking to my brother. but I'm not talking to him, you know, but, and that chapter is closed and there is no guilt in me. There's absolutely no guilt. I'm functioning, I'm sleeping well and all. So do you think if I am fine with this whole arrangement, that if tomorrow anything happens to me, it got nothing to do with me, and I'm fine right now, there is nothing, is this okay?
It's a personal choice, no, Mark. I mean, I wouldn't be the right person to comment on it, but but I do feel that it's up to you. See how you want to close this, how you want to bring a closure to it. So maybe you already have taken a closure. There's more to it definitely than what you just discussed. There's a lot more background to it and etc. So it's okay if you are comfortable with that, the fact, but know that, just imagine the fact that, okay, when he's not there, will your mind be comfortable with the decision that you're taking right now?
Right.
If your mind is comfortable with that, then you take your call accordingly. Because sooner or later, see, we are not able to see this. We know that this is coming, but to see that, okay, in body, he will not be there. And have I forgiven him completely? I think those things you need to just address so that tomorrow you don't have unfinished work. So while he is there, karo, yeah, after he is there, karo. I'm sorry that I am saying it that way, but then the fact is that
That's
this
okay, completely fine. You're
something
being
coming,
frank.
right? Yeah, this is something which is going to come. It's factual of all of our lives. It can happen to me also at any time. So that's what I try to do, is to finish as much business that I can so that I don't carry things like that, when I'm reviewing something at the end of stuff. So if you are
But
okay
I've
with
already done my closure, you know, I don't want to open that window. I'm closed that thing, you know.
Yeah, so you just have to check that is it that it brings you a lot of emotional distress? Does it traumatize you? That's why you don't want to open it? Or is it that it's just fine how it is? So
There's no
you have to,
connection. There is no connection. That's why.
so you just have to just once like visualize the fact that, okay, if you are, he goes away, like, how will your mind be at that moment with this decision that you're in right now? And if you're comfortable with that, then you have your answer.
Okay, okay. Fine. Thank you for that. Okay. Does anybody have a question? Please go ahead. Yeah, I will take it from
Anybody
the
can
chat.
also add, I mean, if I
Yeah, if
answer
anybody
that,
wants to add to that, yes, sir.
thing.
Please go
Can I?
ahead.
Can I? Can I?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, ma'am, it can be said like as Umang ji is sharing that it can be self-love and self-care also, no? Because even uh, I have, though my problem is little bit different, but now I have learned to say that that
Yeah.
unacceptable behavior or whatever, and I also learned to say that now I'm not. See, I'm doing my duty, my responsibilities I'm taking care of, and I should live for myself also, like
Absolutely.
Zumba, dance, whatever. And I feel like going out. I go out even if I don't have money, if I don't get to eat, but I go out. I see people because being at home, my husband is every time uh, behind me because he's retired and he's every
So
time
you are
checking
still
on me.
still together.
Yeah, we are. And also, my brother had said that you go for a divorce, but I took that responsibility of taking care of all three and helping them with various doctors and adolescents and all. But I feel that now even I don't feel, I would feel guilty first, but now I don't feel now there should be some boundary. That see now if you go and meet with an accident with drinking alcoholism or anything, so now don't rely on me. May I do that so
Yeah,
many
yeah.
years? So
Totally.
I'm nursing and also please be on your own. So I've learned that. So maybe that is a message that indirectly it may give a check on to them that अरे अभी ये नहीं करने वाली हमारा कुछ या कुछ. Maybe that is a message also. But
Yeah, and
learn to say, yeah,
very rightly said, Kalini, that that may also, like the dependency of theirs, somewhere you have to cut
yeah,
that cord so that they
because
realize that, what their behavior is bringing is not going to be
yeah,
taken by, other people as it was
yeah.
being taken for so long.
Was I
So
was
you have,
dependent on them. Yeah, because if my husband would hit me physically, so I would look at my children ki they should come in between or something. But now I don't wait for them because now I've become strong by everyone has been strong, and now I've learned to defend myself, and I shout for help. Ki, please help me. So now they got that, अरे ये सीख गई है अभी. बाहर आना मीन्स ये अभी ना बोलना या टेकिंग अ स्टैंड, तो नाउ दैट मैसेज इज गोइंग इनडायरेक्टली. तो मेरा सेल्फ लव सेल्फ केयर, मेरा बेटा भी मुझे बोला कि हाँ यू आर लाइक, वो इन मराठी दे से हाँ तू भटकायला पाहिजे तुला, but I'm doing my duties now. At morning I do my 60 rotis, I do the sabji, I feed my dog, I do my duties, I go back there, again I come. So I'm enjoying, no, doing my work and doing your job also. At 12:30 he will tell me to wash the clothes, I do wash, because I'm not saying no. So I'm not enabling, but self love and self care I think is
Yeah,
important. I heard that
thank
here.
you, Kalandi. I think Kalandi also said, yeah, me, it's for my self-love and self-care also, because I've gone through so much. I don't want to open that window again. I want to take care of myself. So
That's
thanks,
absolutely
Kalindi.
okay. Yeah, Kalindi, that's fantastic.
That's fantastic. Thank you for that. Yes. Yes, Ria, go ahead.
Hi, Natasha.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you, I've also practiced yoga and I've been practicing since 2019. It's been really helpful. Definitely helped me a lot. And so ever since I was young, my mom has been suffering from anxiety. Okay. She took help in between for a short while I was in school, but she discontinued with her medicines. And ever since then, she's been very reluctant to go to a counselor or a psychiatrist, I tried to take her, I took her once, but then she sort of took the pills and again discontinued. And she doesn't want to. And like you said, you can't force someone to take help. I myself have been diagnosed with depression and anxiety. So the problem that I faced with her is, I know I've asked this question earlier to psychologists and they usually say work with your therapist. But I just wanted to know your opinion, because problem is with setting boundaries. So when I step out, and probably meet a guy, which is like, she faces anxiety and she sort of wants to drop me to that particular restaurant. She also comes and sits there sometimes, and it's like really awkward for me. There is no boundary. And or she'll just hang around in the same building somewhere or somewhere close by, and no, I'll drop you and I'll pick you up, and I'm 38 now, so it's like really, really awkward. So I've tried to set boundaries, but they're always ignored. And she's always been very dominating. So like, what do I do in that case?
I think it's the same thing that you were saying, Riya, about setting boundaries. You have to be firm and assertive with her that, hello, yeah, I mean, you don't have to give the address of where you're going, and it's not like she's going to follow you and stuff like that. So you have to somewhere be very, very clear about it. And once you do this once or twice, I think she'll get the hint that, okay, it's not. And you tell her that, I'm going to come back home and let you know if this gets you so anxious. But then if you're promoting or encouraging her anxiety a lot, it's not helping her. It's not helping you. So you have to somewhere, you have to be firm. There is no other way. You have to set your boundaries and you have to say that, no, boss, no way that you are going to, that, this is something that is personal to me and I want to keep it personal. And when it needs to be shared, then I will share it with you. So you have to trust that. So you have to convey this to your mom about, you have to learn assertiveness somewhere, Ria, in the relationship with your mother, because it's been a pattern, right? And probably you feel, probably you don't want to stress her more, and that's why you don't really say a no as easily. Or maybe she doesn't.
No, I don't mind. Actually, if I may interrupt, I don't mind causing her stress. I don't want her to stress out my dad because he's not been keeping well. So I don't want him to feel the stress. And it's been like, the stress has been there in the family, and there are other multiple issues which I won't discuss right now. There's limited time. But yeah, I'll do something. So I plan on taking her to a counselor here in Bangalore, probably get the family involved, because I think it requires a bit of dialogue. She's not backing off. I've done this earlier. I've been very firm. So I guess I'll try that.
Yeah, do that, Shreya. And also please know that there is only this much you can do. For anyone, like even when Kalandi was saying that, okay, I tried to make my husband better. Maybe he'll understand. Maybe he'll see whatever, it could be with my friends. It could be with anybody that I'm facing a challenge about boundary with. But please know that there is only this much we can do. Beyond that, it is their life. My freedom ends where somebody else's freedom begins. You cannot enter there, and their freedom ends where your freedom begins. So you cannot, it has to be kept separately. Everybody has an individual life journey. We do not have to stick to each other even when we are extremely uncomfortable and it is, becoming a hindrance to our journey. So togetherness is one thing and individuality is one thing, and both need to be respected. So if the balance is gone, then it's gone, and we can't blame ourselves for not being able to do more, because there is only this much you can do personally. She has to take the onus of her own health and things like that also. So I mean, I appreciate you going the extra mile always and all of that, but you're right, she needs some help. But please don't be guilty about it, and please find creative ways of just getting out of that and living your life. You deserve that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for helping us be firm, Natasha. No is no. It's a two-letter word, but no is no. It reminds me of that. We need to say that. Okay, this is my personal space.
There's this very nice song I'll send to you, Umang. You can send it on the group also, about boundaries. It's a very nice song. There is nothing personal. It's just about boundaries. So I'll send it to you. It's nice, and we should be taught this as young children. That's why we are all struggling with that today. Because as a child, we've never been taught that it's okay to say a no, or we've always been taught that, oh, this is very selfish. But in Hindi, selfish means swarthi. Swarthi means somebody, swa means swayam, or arth means meaning. So somebody who knows their own meaning. That is the actual definition of swarthi. So only people who know their own meaning and value can value other people. So these people are gems. So we don't have to get to that state of discomfort wherein, we are not able to even help ourselves. So there's only this much we can do. And let's just be protective of our spaces and our lives. It's very important. I'm not empathetic towards those individuals, but if there's a mental health condition there, then that has to be addressed separately. You cannot allow it to hamper and spill onto your life also. Like, for example, my mom has schizophrenia. She goes through XYZ things, but there are times I have to keep her at bay. I can't involve her in every small thing. And she's understood that. She's learned that. So we have to do it, like by practice.
Thank you for that, Natasha. And please share that with us later on. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I think Pranay had raised hand. Pranay, please go ahead.
Yeah, Umang. What a lovely session. What a lovely session, Natasha and Umang. And it's lovely to hear you. I just wanted to say that, Umang, I totally support your decision that you said. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Umang, I totally support your decision when you asked about closure with your father and your father having bipolar. So I had gone through something similar with my father where I am bipolar. So I had a manic episode where it got troublesome, but then I found closure with my dad, and my dad passed away in 22, and it was okay. I'm still like okay with it. So yeah, I wanted to say that.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. Yes, thanks for that, Pranay.
Thank you.
I think somebody
to have discussed that, that part about your life right now that you're thinking about. I think it's great, and when we hear other people have similar experiences, I think that helps us also somewhere to make our decision.
Yeah. Absolutely. See, I like when I opened up that Kalindi also said that it is self-love. So I can connect with that. Yes, because I don't want to get exposed to the same again and again. I have closed that, the whole thing,
Right.
So I think, yes, it helps talking about it.
Yeah. I just feel as a therapist, sometimes that it's not all,
1 second.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
The thing that I feel, at times that it's not all black or white. Sometimes our mind makes it very black or white, and there is always there are creative ways that we should think of, and other dimensions that we should kind of sit to reflect, because everybody's journey is very unique. So yeah, that's all I want to say, that it's not black or white. Life is not black or white like that, but your journey is unique and you have to take decisions on basis of that. And the quantity of things, the quantity of exposure, everything can vary. See, for me, for example, in the name of self, like, if I want to do self, like, I don't need to take stress. To be honest, I have enough money, whatever. I don't care. I don't have to take that stress. But either ways, if there is that responsibility that I have chosen or I've decided for, then I can always vary the degree of how much I want to expose myself to it. So if I say I'm totally closing that
door,
I don't want to go to work, or I don't want to meet friends, or I don't want to meet people, like no triggers for me, blah, 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 then it'll make me quite go on the other end of the like spectrum. So it's like just going from one side to the other, opposite, like that, swinging.
Maybe a balance. A balance is
So
something.
somewhere we have to think very personally for each one. Our own decisions are very
absolutely,
personal,
absolutely,
depending on our situations and background, family background.
Absolutely.
So
that reminds me. So that's what I'm doing. You know, I talk to my brother every day who keeps a check on me. Okay, how is he doing? That's what.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
my way.
That's your way. Absolutely. So that's really nice too. Like, I just thought it should come out. Nobody should take it like, you know, that this is it. Because I have so many patients who come to me and then they say, like, you know, they've been addicts, like ex-addicts, and they would come and say ki nahi, you know, this stresses us out, so we don't want to interfere into family or this or that. And then after some period of time, after some years, they've realized that it wasn't so difficult for us. Maybe we were avoiding it out of our own, and then we found a midway slowly as we healed, etc. So everybody will have their special situations. So yeah, it's quite complex that way. It's not easy.
Yeah, thank you.
Something we can all.
Thank you for sharing your perspective, Natasha. Thank you. Bhavna, please go next.
Rekha wants to ask something. Let her ask first, then I will go ahead with my question.
Yeah, Rekha ji is from long time. She's raised her hand.
Okay.
Not in chat, but.
Mana, Rekha ji.
हेलो
हेलो.
हाँ, मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि जब हम अच्छे होते हैं तो घर की सबकी लोगों की उम्मीद होती है कि हाँ चलो ये करती है, ये होता है। जब हम परेशान होते हैं तब भी हमको इतना ही दिलासा देते हैं कि चलो तुम अच्छे हो, बाहर जाओ, फ्रेंड बनाओ और कुछ नया करो, ये करो, ऐसा करके बोलते हैं। और जब हम बाहर निकालते हैं तब हमको बोलते हैं कि घर का काम छोड़ते हैं और बाहर घूमने जाते हो। ऐसा क्यों? ऐसा मुझे ये है कि मुझे कल इतना मुझे ये हुआ था कि कभी ऐसा लगा नहीं था कि मैं मुझे मेरे साथ कुछ करूं, कभी ऐसा नहीं होता। पर कल मेरे साथ इतना बुरा हालत थी कि मैंने सबको फोन किया और कालिंदी मैम आने वाली थी, पर उनके घर में कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो गया तो वो आने वाली नहीं थी, आई नहीं है। पर वीरेंद्र सर ने वो सबने मुझे फोन किया। पर क्या है कि ऐसे हालत में बाहर हम घूमने, मजाक करने ऐसे कुछ चाहते हैं क्या? तभी भी किया तो हम ठीक ही हो जाएंगे ना। और आप खुद बोलते हैं कि जाओ, फ्रेंड बनाओ, कुछ ये करो, वो करो, और हम करने लगे तो हमको ऐसा क्यों? कितना अच्छा, मुझे घर के मुझे पति और ये सब लोग होते हैं। पति तो मेरे 80 साल के हैं, उनको तो एक क्वेश्चन दिमाग में बैठ गया सुबह, तो जैसे शराब लोग लेते हैं वैसे दिन भर वो सुनाते हैं। तो मैं मेरा रूम पकड़ती हूँ और सो जाती हूँ। तो रूम में मुझे बोलते हर वक्त तुम रूम में रहती हो, बाहर निकलो, ये करो, तो करने जाते हुए बाद में ये सुनना पड़ता है। तो इस हालत में ये भी सुनना अच्छा नहीं लगता ना कि बाबा क्या करना है, मुंह में मैं क्या करूं।
एक्चुअली रेखा जी, थैंक यू, आपने शेयर किया। ये हम सबका प्रॉब्लम है कहीं ना कहीं पे। जो लोग ये लोग जो कंप्लेन जो करते हैं ना, वो ही लोग कंप्लेन करते हैं जिनको हमारे चेंज होने से बेनिफिट नहीं मिलने वाला है। वो उनको हमारे पुराना जैसे हम हैं उससे बेनिफिट मिलता है ना। तो हम नए हो जाएंगे, चेंज हो जाएंगे, तो उनको ऐसे होता है कि नहीं ये इसको रोको, अगर ये बदल जाएगी तो मेरा जो अभी बेनिफिट हो रहा है वो वैसा नहीं होगा। लेकिन हमको कहीं ना कहीं हमारी जर्नी के लिए एक पर्सनल डिसीजन लेना ही पड़ेगा। आपको क्या पसंद है, आपको सबको हम खुश नहीं रख सकते हैं रेखा जी। हम लोग पिज्जा से भी सब लोग खुश नहीं होते हैं, पाव भाजी से भी सब लोग खुश नहीं होते हैं, मैगी से भी सब लोग खुश नहीं होते हैं, कोई भी चीज से दुनिया में कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि पूरा दुनिया खुश है। पीएम नरेंद्र मोदी जी से भी सब लोग खुश नहीं है, उनके भी पीठ पीछे बोलने वाले हैं, मेरे भी पीठ पीछे बोलने वाले हैं, सबकी पीठ पीछे कुछ ना कुछ चलने वाला है। तो क्या कहेंगे लोगों का, तो ये प्रॉब्लम जो है ना, ये सबसे बड़ा रोग है, क्या कहेंगे लोग, उसको तो छोड़ना ही पड़ेगा। सबका अप्रूवल, सबका वैलिडेशन मिलने के बाद मैं घर से निकलूंगी, फायदा ही नहीं है। उनको ब्लॉक करना पड़ेगा, उनकी आवाजों को, क्योंकि अभी आपके लाइफ का गोल क्या है, आपको खुश रहना है सपोज, तो ठीक है। आपको जो दूसरे लोगों को तो यही बोलो कि आपको जो लगता है आप बोलते रहो, मुझे तो मेरा काम पूरा करना है। अभी सिंपल बात है, मैं ऐसे बहुत सिंपल एग्जांपल देती हूँ कि जैसे आप नहाते हैं, हम सब रोज नहाते हैं ना। अभी नहाने से हमारा मूड अच्छा होता है, नहाने से हम लोग हाइजीनिक रहते हैं, नहाने से सब अच्छा रहता है, ठीक है। अभी कोई हमको कल को घर में बोलना शुरू कर दे कि तुम क्या रोज रोज नहाते हो, तुमको नहाने की क्या जरूरत है, तुम तो अच्छे ही दिख रहे हो, तो हमको अजीब नहीं लगेगा वो चीज? हम फाइट करेंगे ना उसको, क्योंकि हम वो ट्रेनिंग के साथ है। तो वैसे ही हम अपने लिए और कुछ करना है, ये भी हम अपने लिए करते हैं, है ना। पर और कुछ करना है, जैसे बाहर जाना है, वॉक पे जाना है, उठना बैठना, थोड़े फ्रेंड्स के साथ थोड़ा मिलना है, ये भी नेचुरल चीज है। उतना नेचुरल है जितना आपका नहाना नेचुरल है, उतना नेचुरल है कि जितना आपका दांत ब्रश करना नेचुरल है। वो माइंड के लिए रिक्रिएशन है, माइंड के लिए वो हाइजीन है ना। तो वो चीज हमको थोड़ा सा हमको पहला वो मानना पड़ेगा, दूसरों को छोड़ो। और जब हम उसको मान लेते हैं और हम बिना कोई कुछ भी बोले हम वो करते ही है, तो वो बोलना बंद कर देते हैं। वो कब तक बोलेंगे, उनको तब तक जब तक ये सुनेंगे और इनके माइंड पे हम वो वी कैन प्ले थ्रू, लाइक उनको डरा सकते हैं या उनको बुरा महसूस करा सकते, तब तक वो बोलेंगे। तो जैसे उमंग ने भी बोला कि एक बैलेंस हमको कहीं ना कहीं पे लाना है, कि हमारा हम डिसीजन लेंगे तो ठीक है, हम सबका कर भी रहे हैं, जैसे कालिंदी जी ने भी बोला, और हम अपना भी कर रहे हैं, उसमें कोई गलत बात नहीं है। तो दूसरों के लिए वेट मत कीजिए, आप अपना डिसीजन लीजिए और अपना लाइफ को खुश रखिए, वो ज्यादा जरूरी है मेरे हिसाब से। क्योंकि मैं भी अगर बाहर जाती हूँ तो मुझे भी 10 बार पूछा जाता है कि क्यों जा रहे हो, क्या कर रहे हो। अब मुझे पता है मैं पूरा दिन मेहनत करके आई हूँ, तो मुझे बाहर जाना जरूरी है, और मुझे किसी को वो जवाब देने की भी जरूरत नहीं है। लेकिन ठीक है, उनको बोलना है, लेकिन अगर मैं उसको बहुत अपने अंदर ले लूंगी तो मैं अपना ही नुकसान कर रही हूँ। तो कहीं मुझे भी ये जानना है कि ठीक है, तुमको जो बोलना है बोलो, मुझे मेरा लाइफ पता है और मैं अपना रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी सब अच्छे से कर रही हूँ, तो ये मेरा हक है इन अ वे।
मैन बच्चे और ये मिस्टर जो ऐसे बोलेंगे तो उनको अभी कैसे संभालेंगे, ऐसा ये
आपको
भी
उनको
हो सकता
नहीं समझाना है कालिंदी जी, यही तो मैं आपको बता रही हूँ। समझने वाले लोग खुद समझ जाते हैं, आपको बस बोलना है कि मेरा ये 1 घंटा मेरा 1 घंटा है, बस। किसी को ज्यादा समझाने जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं होती है। वो आपको आप समझ के लेते हो ना उनको, जब बाहर जाना है करना है सब, आपके बच्चों का स्पेशली आप समझते हो ना, तो वैसा ही है। हम
मैम
बहुत,
मैंने
हाँ, यस यस कालिंदी जी।
मैंने उनको फोन किया रात में, मैंने उनको समझाया और मैंने मेरा एक्सपीरियंस शेयर किया। मेरा भी बच्चा, मेरा हैप्पी थॉट्स का मैंने उनको शेयर किया कि मेरे हस्बैंड ने, मैं जाती थी स्पिरिचुअल को, तो वो बोलते थे तू क्या सन्यास, मीन्स मराठी में मैंने उनको बोला तू तर संन्यासालाच लागली, तो लेफ्ट फॉर दैट टॉक्स एंड ऑल। तो मैंने वो उनको एक्सपीरियंस किया और मेरे बेटे का भी मैंने शेयर किया, आप हर्ट मत हो जाओ।
This voice is breaking, I guess.
बात करें।
There is some network issue. We'll go back to her, but and also we are running short of time. Bhavna can go ahead with the question, and then Natasha, you can explain us about how to have a hygiene
थैंक
and
यू
how
रेखा
you
जी,
can.
एंड ऑल द बेस्ट। हाँ, आपको ताकत रख के अपना लाइफ जीना ही है, ऐसा चुपचाप बैठना नहीं है। ओके, राइट।
Yeah, Bhavna, go ahead.
Yeah, hi Natasha. Really nice speaking to you. It was a wonderful session. Before I start with my question, I would like to tell you there are two things which I really like. Is life is not easy, but it is simple. Yeah, it is a wonderful statement. And the other one is mind is not made up of Ambuja cement. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Even I noted those 2 points.
Synced with each other.
So actually my question is, like, at times what happens, you're feeling low and you don't have, at that point of time, you're not able to get anybody to talk to. So is it okay to have that time pass by and then, you know, become okay, or you should make efforts to find somebody? Like, I'll give you my example. What happened? I mean, my wedding anniversary and my brother's anniversary are on the same date. And I lost my husband around 3 years back. So this year, like everybody, my sister, she stays in Hyderabad only, and my parents are in Delhi. I'm in Hyderabad myself. So this year, like, everybody had gone to celebrate the anniversary, my brother's anniversary, and I didn't go. One of the reasons being I was not financially sound, and the other reason was that I would not have been comfortable enough to celebrate on that date. So, I mean, I was feeling very low, and I'm very close to my sister. I was feeling very low, and I really wanted to speak to my sister, but just because she was celebrating, I didn't want to call her up and, you know, spoil her celebration or the happy mood. So is it okay, like, to let that time pass, or what should one do at that time? I was like, didn't know what to do. Then I started watching TV until 2:30 in the night. I was watching some stupid serial. Didn't know how to do.
Thank you for asking that question, Bhavna ji. Yeah, there are many times in life when we face certain emotions, and what I do is, with myself especially, I I decide on a time that I'm feeling sad about something. 2 hours, I'm going to feel intensely sad about it. I will allow my mind to feel bad about it, that why the hell did this happen to me, or this or that, whatever. I'll give myself those 2 hours of total attention, because we are craving for that attention. The mind is actually looking for that attention, right? But then I will not overindulge in it. So in the third hour, I don't want to spend, but those 2 hours, I will be total with myself and honest with myself completely. If I can find somebody to talk to, no harm in that. Absolutely, I will talk to that person, but I will still remove that 1 hour, 1.5 hour, half an hour, to be total with myself and to experience that emotion with my own self, and then also talk to somebody else. So it's a mixture of things, but I will definitely be giving myself that time. And once you experience something in totality, I have seen that that emotion drops. Then you'll feel like, you know, that you've somehow overcome that thing. It needs your attention, and it comes knocking again and again because we've not addressed it completely. So take that conscious time. Otherwise, unconsciously, it will keep coming back to us. So even if we get a chance to talk to other people, still we need to spend that much time with ourselves, living that in totality, accepting it in totality, that yes, this sucks, this is bad, this was horrible, this shouldn't have happened. Okay, I'm sad, let me cry, let me rock, let me hold myself, you know, all of these things, whatever, like how you would like to do. And then, yeah, if you find somebody, do talk. If not, write a poem, express it, put it down in a journal. So one has to express, but you have to consciously do it, because sometimes it needs addressing, but then if you're just quiet, then it can actually become a bigger problem. So,
yeah, I agree. And then sometimes what happens, like in a group, when you're talking or something, you know, triggers you and you feel like crying. And that time you definitely suppress your emotion because you're in a group and you don't want to spoil the atmosphere. So what can one do at that time? You know, I have experienced it, so I'm just asking you. I don't know what to do at that time.
Thank you for bringing that out. Yeah, especially when you're in public, you probably don't want to get vulnerable immediately. It's not the safest place in that moment. If you can allow yourself 5 minutes or 2 minutes, do go out, get some fresh air, you know, let a tear or two pass, because, you know, that pressure will release. Or you can use the washroom and, you know, things like that. Calm your nervous system down, make a note of it, and then come back to it at night or, you know, the next day when you're comfortable, just to scan that, okay, you know, where my emotion is coming from and what is it that's troubling me. Like how you would ask a little child, inquire that with your own self, that, okay, what is it that is troubling me? Can I accept myself and my journey completely? Then you take a conscious attention towards it. Because अगले दिन शायद वो तभी नहीं आए, बट वो ट्रिगर की वजह से आया। फिर अगर आपको पता है कि ये ट्रिगर है, हो सकता है ये रियल नहीं हो, माई माइंड इज जस्ट associated all these memories together. Maybe I'm kind of, it's not, it's just that my mind is taking me back there again and again. Maybe that is not. So to release that trigger, I would suggest you go through PTSD therapy. So that is kind of, it's going to help you to bring all those emotions consciously on the surface and release them through the cellular memory altogether. So then they don't come back with that much intensity, and your ability to regulate them becomes much more stronger.
Thank you so much, Natasha. That really helps.
Thank you, Natasha. Natasha, we'll quickly now, we'd like to know 2 things learned from you, and then we'll call it a day. 2 things. One is how to have the mental health hygiene so we don't get into any further problem. And secondly, what are the benefits of yoga, and people who complain, I don't have time to yoga. So what is that short power yoga?
Power yoga. I think yoga gives you more time. Yoga doesn't take time. Yoga gives you more time in your day. You'll have a lot of mental space when you do yoga. So yoga gives you time. Yoga doesn't take time. It adds time to your life, in fact. And you can continue doing whatever you're doing with much more ease. So that is one thing. There are some exercises that you can do. One of the best exercise that we do for nervous system regulation. And nervous system regulation and keeping it well oiled and balanced in homeostasis, that is the key to good mental health. That is the key. So this exercise will help you bring that balance, which is called as alternate nostril breathing, because your physical points of the nervous system are in the right and the left nostril. So the right nostril is related to your sympathetic nervous system, the action related system, and the left nostril is related to your parasympathetic nervous system. That's the rest and digest system. So I'll just quickly show this exercise, and trust me, राम बाण इलाज है। और आप लोग सब अभी अगर करने के स्थिति में है तो करिए मेरे साथ। आपको ये करेज भी देगा आपकी लाइफ में, जो भी आप प्रॉब्लम्स फेस करते हैं, जिसमें हम ओवरकम नहीं कर पा रहे साइकोलॉजिकली, अपने को लिमिटेशंस में डाला है, तो वो अंदर से आपको वो एक ऊर्जा देता है, प्राण देता है, अपने आप में भरोसा देता है, राइट? तो आप पहले देख लीजिए।
Is it नाड़ी शोधन?
अनुलोम विलोम,
नाड़ी शोधन. Okay.
Nadi Shodhan is Anulom Vilom only, right? Yes.
Okay, anyway, Natasha, go ahead.
Yeah, but with a slight change in that. So you'll take a deep breath in. कभी भी आपको गाड़ी का गियर चेंज करना है तो आप एकदम 5 से 3, 1 से 5 ऐसे जंप नहीं करते, आप न्यूट्रल में आते हैं। तो इसके लिए आप हमेशा न्यूट्रल में आएंगे। Now you'll close your right nostril. Please remember, first you will always start with your right. You'll close the right nostril because that is your sympathetic system. And breathe in from your left. Now close both. Release out from your right. Empty it completely. And breathe in. Close. So what I did was, I completed 1 round. So you take a breath in, you close the right nostril, you take a breath in from the left one, because that is where your rest and digest, the parasympathetic system that we are aiming to activate and bring a balance. So that is, so first we'll always take an inhale from there, hold the nostril for 1 second or a couple of seconds. See how your holding power is. So if you're inhaling 4, you'll hold 4 and exhale 4. That is the ratio. That is for beginners, right? But if you're inhaling 4, you can hold 16, you can exhale 8. That's different ratios. It depends on the, how we go ahead. But you can take 1 by 1 by 1 ka ratio initially, like. It's absolutely okay. This is your 1 round. So you start with your left nostril, you release with your right, and you take in with your right and end with your left nostril again. So always starting and ending will be your left nostril. So this is meant to balance your nervous system. This is the best exercise that can be out, not exercise really. It's a pranayam that is there, and you can Google it up. It's called Anulom Vilom, Nadi Shodhan, how Kalinji was saying. And there are many more such miraculous medicative pranayams that are there, and this is just one of them. So if you can do this also, it's great. And do it for 8 to 10 times.
Even Brahmari.
At least.
Yeah. Even Brahmari is very
Brahmari is also
effective.
very effective.
Very effective.
If nothing
And
is working for you, you can do Brahmari, but do it in this mudra. Just close all your senses, close your ears, put your, one finger on your eyelids, as if, you're closing your senses to the external world, your nose, your skin, and your mouth. Keep breathing normally while you're in it. And now you can do Brahmari. So what is this called? It's the Shanmukhi Mudra. That means your areas where your perception is coming from, your sensory, you're closing those gates of senses and you're going inwards so that these external XYZ, issues don't really, for that moment, you're free of it and you're inwards, and then your, regeneration of your nervous system and your neurons and healing, everything starts to take place. So there are multiple levels at which it works. So yeah, Shanmukhi Mudra is the second one. With Brahmari, it is on steroids. You can do it just like that. You can do it with Brahmari.
Thank you, Natasha. With this, do you think meditation is also equally important? It is.
Yes, absolutely. And Shanmukhi Mudra, or even if you do Anulom Vilom, it will help you meditate. You cannot sit to meditate just like that. Everybody is trying a lot nowadays to meditate. But then there are certain techniques. You have to clear the, the impressions on the mind immediately. Once you become a little lighter, automatically you'll see meditation starts to happen. So whether you do it through Brahmari, you do it through Om chanting. So meditation दो part में है, एक technique है और एक उसका जो so एक process है और एक उसका what real meditation is. So meditation will not just happen आंखें बंद कर दी and you're imagining that okay, thoughts will not kind of come. It's rare. It happens to people who have advanced themselves in yoga and other things. But if you're not able to, then you do these exercises. It will calm the mind down. It will slower the activity. It will bring you in that state, and then from there, automatically you'll feel meditative. And then you meditate for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You can slowly increase. So meditation is extremely important.
Thank you, Natasha. And the last question is the mental hygiene. What should be our mental hygiene, especially people who are more prone to mental health challenges?
I think it's very important that we have a biohack. And there are two things I would say. One is you have to take the right dose every day. What is the right dose? Dopamine, oxytocin, endorphins, serotonin. There is a dose of these for your neurotransmitters, your happy hormones. ये बहुत जरूरी है. वो आप अगर गूगल करोगे तो आपको बहुत सारे मेथड्स मिल जाएंगे. तो वो आपको रोज आपके लाइफ में आ रहे हैं या उसमें इम्बैलेंस है, वो आपको चेक कर लेना है और उसके इम्बैलेंस से क्या क्या, उसके डेफिशिएंसी से क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम होते हैं वो भी आप देख लेना. सो अ डोज यू नीड इन योर लाइफ ऑफ दीज 4 हार्मोन्स. सो दिस इज अ बायोहैक and of these neurotransmitters. And the second thing is A2V2. That's the formula. Ahar, Vihar, Achar, Vichar. So Ahar is what diet you're eating, how much are you eating, overeating, or whatever. You check. If there are too many thoughts, life is XYZ, you check your diet. And diet does not only mean food. Diet also means your thoughts. If you're overindulging or people around you are overindulging or you're watching media of XYZ nature, so what is the right diet? You have to check if that is okay. Vihar, that is recreation. अगर आपके लाइफ में recreation नहीं है, creativity नहीं है, आप अपने लिए कुछ playfully नहीं कर रहे, तो लाइफ आपको बोझ लगेगा. बहुत सीरियस हो रहे हो So recreation is very important. Recreation means your hobbies. Recreation means playing. Recreation means talking to friends. Recreation means watching a movie, doing something for yourself. So ahar, vihar, achar or vichar. Achar is your behavior with yourself and other people. What is your self dialogue? How are you talking to yourself? How are you talking to other people? So that way. And vichar is your thoughts. What kind of thoughts are you entertaining? See, thoughts will be out of habit. Constantly अगर आपको negative thoughts आते हैं तो वो negative thoughts को भी तोड़ने का एक तरीका है. So how do you rewire it? आपने वो हैबिट फॉर्म किए तभी वो नेगेटिव थॉट्स आ रहे हैं. तो इसका मतलब है कि ब्रेन के पास कैपेसिटी है टू आल्सो reform a new habit, correct? So that means you have the capacity, so take that opportunity. So अगर आपको बार बार कंप्लेन करने की आदत है तो आप अपने स्टेटमेंट्स को चेंज करिए. वहां पे पॉजिटिव स्टेटमेंट्स ऑफ अ ग्रेटर इंटेंसिटी डालिए. अगर हम बोलते कि हमारे पास ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं है, वैसा नहीं है, तो फिर आपको उसको रिप्लेस करना है कि थैंक यू, मेरे पास ये है और मैं इसका ये करूंगा. सो यू सी द डिफरेंस इट विल मेक विद दैट डायलॉग एंड योर लाइफ विल ऑटोमेटिकली बिगिन टू शेप इन दैट मैनर. So your life depends on the quality of your mind and the quality of your thoughts. So these two things, A2, V2, ahar, vihar, achar, vichar, and what else did I say, Umang? Biohack for your neurotransmitters.
Thank you, Natasha. And I think you gave us more than what you expected, and I mean we expected, sorry. And I made some few notes, but I was not able to cope up writing because there was so much information. But as Bhavna said, you know, two of the things which stood out is that life is simple, if not easy, right? Is that what you said? And your mind is not like Ambuja Cement.
It is simple. Life is easy, but it is simple.
Yeah, right. Okay. And other is what you said is that your mind is not Ambuja Cement, you know, take care. So I love what you started, you know, that talking about yourself, you are human being and you accept that there is a challenge or a trauma or something, and you are not made out of, as you said, cement. So first is accepting and working on it. And the lovely thing which you also said is that stop acting busy or being busy, you know, and you need to take care of your mind, and you don't have to compare. If he's got working 40 hours, then why am I only working 20? We both are different, you know.
Different. We are new. Yeah, there is neurodivergence. Everybody is neurodivergent that way.
Yeah. And but find time for yoga. As you said, yoga gives you time. It doesn't take time, you know. Yeah. So that's something you said. And also find something, an anchor in your life. It can be spiritual, it can be parents, but that will keep you holding, you know. So can you please unmute and give a round of Natasha for a very free-flowing, heart-to-heart talk as you promised. Thank you so much for making us more than anything bolder to go out and talk about our mental health. Thank you so much. And you really don't know what you have done today, Natasha. You have equipped us to go out and ask for help or to talk openly, you know.
The way you say it, I truly feel, okay, I must have done something. But
you don't know, don't underestimate yourself. Definitely.
Thank you, Umang. And I think with only involvement in such a wonderful interactive group. So thank you, each one of you. I enjoyed being here thoroughly. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming and talking on such an important topic about mental health, experts talking about their own mental health challenges. This is going to go a long way, Natasha. Thank you. In fact, you will encourage not us, but mental health fraternity also to come out and talk.
I hope so. We don't have to suffer in silence. Nobody needs to. It's not required. And it's not helping anybody. So let's have the courage.
We'll call you again for yoga and mental hygiene. Please.
Natasha ma'am, I want to talk personally once. मुझे बात भी करनी है और थोड़ा सा डिस्कस करना है.
हाँ, कॉल कीजिए आप.
And most importantly, thank you for all the love and service you are giving to Hugging Club people who come to you, you know, not really putting in this much is the time I'll speak so much. No, being excessive in spite of your busy schedule and touch with them. Thank you so much, Natasha, going beyond than what you are expected to do.
Thank you.
आपसे मिलके
Can I just ask something?
मुझे भी बहुत अच्छा लगा रेखा जी. फिर मिलेंगे और आपको अपने लिए टाइम निकालना ही है ना?
Okay,
अच्छा
thank
स्माइल है
you.
आपका, बहुत अच्छा
Thank
स्माइल।
you.
Thank you.
नताशा जी, मुझे एक खाली
हाँ जी।
पूछना है। ये बताया गया योगा में कि सिजोफ्रेनिक एंड बाइपोलर सुदर्शन क्रिया नहीं कर सकते। प्लीज एज अ डॉक्टर कैन यू जस्ट फाइंड आउट इज इट सूर्य सुदर्शन क्रिया
I couldn't hear her. आपकी
So
आवाज
what she is saying is there are
uh,
certain exercises, even I have heard this,
बोला
that people who have schizophrenia or bipolar should not do certain yoga or poses or exercises. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. It's true because it brings about certain changes in your neurotransmitters, right? So maybe you have excessive release of something, you're already in a manic phase, and that's going to increase that, and you don't want that, right? So you have to also, with mental health problems, it is specific, like with physical health problems, you have certain limitations, you have contraindications. So certain poses you can't do if you have certain physical health problems. Same with mental health problems also. So it's not one size fits all. You have to ask your teacher that, okay, this is my concern and is this okay for me to do, or if this is contraindicative for me and I am not supposed to do it. Like in pregnancy, you can't do certain things. You can't.
Okay. Thank you, Natasha, for putting so much efforts for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.